In September of 2023, an English police sergeant was dismissed after he was found guilty of using force with detainees that was unnecessary, unreasonable, and disproportionate given the circumstances. Sergeant Simon Litho was a 25-year veteran of the Hampshire Constabulary and a man of considerable physical strength. In 2018, he broke a bench pressing world record by pushing over 500 pounds. In January of 2022, a man only identified as Mr. B was brought into Newport Police Station. As shown in CCTV police footage, his pants had fallen to his ankles and he repeatedly asked officers to loosen his handcuffs. Litho rose from a desk and grabbed the suspect by the neck with both hands. He pushed him against the wall, nearly lifting him off his feet before taking him down to the floor. Litho told Mr. B, "I don't like it. You don't look aggressively at my colleague," adding, "Do you understand that I am in charge? If you don't hear what I say, there will be consequences." Litho then disappeared out of the surveillance camera's view after lifting Mr. B off the floor with one arm. At a misconduct hearing in Eastleigh, Litho was accused of being a bully who'd used unjustified force as well as language of control and oppression. The following month, a woman identified as Miss A was detained at the same station. She had a documented history of mental health problems that was registered in the police system, to which Litho had access. Miss A suffered from PTSD after spending years in an abusive relationship and also struggled with anxiety and depression. It was revealed that her daughter had died 1 year before her arrest. She was recorded on CCTV pointing at Litho while she was alone in a cell with him. The sergeant snapped, thrusting his hand into the woman's neck and forcing her onto a bed as her legs dangled in the air. Litho then held Miss A down with the help of 3 other officers as she pleaded with them not to use force against her. Litho told her that he wouldn't tolerate violence against staff, to which Miss A desperately replied, "I am not trying to be violent. I have not tried to be violent towards you." The sergeant would later accept that his use of force in the Miss A incident had been excessive, but claimed that it was necessary to ensure a safe withdrawal from the cell for him and his colleagues. The surveillance clips were shown at the 2023 misconduct hearing, and Litho was let go after his actions were deemed incredibly disappointing and completely unjustified. Number 6. Ryan Garcia. Professional boxer Ryan Garcia, a former WBC interim lightweight champion, was arrested on Sunday, June the 9th of 2024 at the Waldorf Astoria in Beverly Hills, California. 26-year-old Garcia was considered one of boxing's most exciting prospects, having only lost once in 26 professional bouts after he'd been a 15-time national amateur champion. Officers from the Beverly Hills Police Department were called to the hotel after Garcia went on a rampage and caused $15,000 worth of damage to a guest room and a hallway. He was taken into custody for felony vandalism, but after he was booked at the local jail, Garcia complained of a medical issue and was taken to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center for evaluation. Later in the day, he posted on X, "I feel like I'm Ryan Spears, aka Britney Spears," adding that he'd never hurt anyone and only tried to make a change in this cruel world. Garcia, who was also an influencer with millions of followers across various media platforms, had been open in recent years about his mental health struggles, leading up to his April the 20th fight with WBC super lightweight champion Devin Haney. Garcia behaved in a manner which his followers felt was an indication that he was losing his mind. He made social media posts that included seemingly intrusive thoughts about his mortality, childhood trauma, or the random announcement that he was going to marry adult film actress Savannah Bond. He chugged a beer during the weigh-in with Haney and missed weight, suffering a $1.5 million fine and losing the chance to fight for the belt. Based on his behavior, Garcia entered the Haney fight as a massive underdog, but ended up dominating his opponent, knocking him down 3 times and winning by majority decision. Addressing the media after the win, Garcia said, "Come on guys, did you really think I was crazy?" alluding to the fact that he'd actually been playing psychological games with his opponent the whole time. On May the 1st, however, it was revealed that Garcia had tested positive for the performance-enhancing drug Osterin the day before and the day of his fight with Haney. Number 5. David Jones. 40-year-old Texas man David Jones was thrown out of Crunch Fitness in Amarillo on May the 16th of 2024 after he'd reportedly punched another gym goer. Jones was banned and his membership was nullified, but the following day, he returned and began working out as if nothing had happened. He was confronted by staff but refused to leave, at which point officers from the Amarillo Police Department were called to the scene, even after the authorities had reinforced the demands of Crunch Fitness for Jones to clear the premises. The man remained resistant. A video recorded by a gym member would show Jones balling up his fists and assuming a fighting stance in front of an officer. The latter calmly produced a taser and shot Jones in the chest at point-blank range. The man stiffened up and dropped to the floor, where he was restrained by the officer with help from other gym-goers. A commenter on Instagram would describe the officer's response to Jones' aggression as the most nonchalant use of a taser ever. The would-be brawler was charged with criminal trespass and resisting arrest. Number 4. Javant Davis. By the spring of 2024, Javant Tank Davis came to be regarded as one of the best lightweight boxers in the world. The 29-year-old suffered no losses during his professional career, but his rise to becoming a multi-weight WA champion was paralleled by a number of legal issues. In February of 2020, he was charged with simple battery domestic violence for attacking a former girlfriend with whom he shared a child. The incident took place during a charity basketball game at the Watsco Center at the University of Miami. A 14-second video would show Davis grabbing the woman by the neck, pulling her out of the courtside seat and dragging her out of the arena. Davis subsequently surrendered to Coral Gables police. According to an arrest affidavit, a surveillance video captured a partial view of the boxer pulling his arm back and then forward towards the victim, while her injuries were consistent with a strike to the face. In a social media post that he later deleted, Davis stated, "I never once hit her. Yeah, I was aggressive and told her, come on, that's the mother of my child. I would never hurt her." The matter was resolved, but on December the 27th of 2022, days before an upcoming title fight, Davis was once again arrested for battery domestic violence in Florida. In the audio of a 911 call, the distraught mother of his child was heard begging for assistance, saying, "I need help, please. I'm trying to go home. I have a baby in the car and he attacked me. He's going to kill me." Davis was accused of striking the woman with a closed hand type slap, and law enforcement observed an abrasion on her upper lip. The woman, whose name was redacted, recanted her accusation a few days later. Aside from his domestic battery charges, Davis served jail time in connection to a hit-and-run crash following a birthday party in downtown Baltimore. In November of 2020, Davis ran a red light in his Lamborghini SUV. He crashed into another vehicle, injuring 4 people, including a pregnant woman. Davis fled in a Chevrolet Camaro that arrived at the scene minutes after the collision. The boxer was arrested and later accepted a plea deal in which he admitted leaving the scene of an accident involving bodily injury, failing to notify an owner of property damage, driving on a suspended license, and running a red light. In May of 2023, he was sentenced to 90 days of house arrest and 3 years of probation. After violating the terms of his home detention, Davis was arrested and sentenced to serve the 44 days that remained of his sentence in a Baltimore jail. Number 3. Tristan Allen. On December the 19th of 2020, Australian CrossFit athlete Tristan Allen pulled up in his Audi next to a Christmas party bus in the Sydney suburb of Cronulla. Allen, who was 19 years old at the time, sold MDMA, ice, and cocaine to several individuals on the bus. Unmarked police officers then conducted a stop and search of Allen's vehicle, the license plate of which read Trissy. Officers found that Allen had a wide array of drugs on him that included multiple grams of MDMA and ketamine, 2 Valium pills and 1.45 grams of cocaine, as well as $95 in cash. He was arrested and charged with 2 counts of prohibited drug supply, 2 counts of drug possession, and 1 count of dealing with crime proceeds. During the legal proceedings that followed, it was revealed that aside from being a strength athlete, Allen was also a cryptocurrency trader who called himself Crypto Baddie online. He was accused of gathering electronic transfers and cash from friends to buy the drugs. The Sutherland local court judge told him, "You're a fitness freak, but you're out there supplying drugs, and you don't know what's in them," before adding that Allen could have contributed to someone's death. The young man pleaded guilty to all charges. He was given a 15-month intensive corrections order for the MDMA supply and a 12-month community corrections order for obtaining the ketamine and cash. He was also fined a total of nearly $1,000 for other drugs found on him. Today's topic was requested by Mike Hensley Skens and R-Sign100. If you have any other topics you'd like to learn about, subscribe and let us know in the comments section below. Number 2. Parlo Saya. In the early hours of February the 6th of 2022, Chainarong Marijan approached a young woman and asked for her number while they were both at a street restaurant in Bangkok. 25-year-old Parlo Saya rejected Marijan's advances. The 35-year-old man later sought to humiliate Saya and was captured on CCTV going to her table and emptying a pint of beer on her head while she was eating. Saya was a former professional fighter in the country's national martial art of Muay Thai. She'd begun competing at the age of 13 and won 40 of her 50 pro fights before she retired and started coaching. After Marijan poured the beer on her, Saya got up from her table and confronted him in the street as he tried to casually walk to his moped. Others, including Saya's friends, tried to separate them, but the Muay Thai fighter landed a powerful right hand to Marijan's face. While barefoot, she kicked him several more times in the legs and body before he eventually rode off on his moped. CCTV footage of the beer dumping incident went viral, along with cell phone videos of the altercation that ensued. While many online users sided with Saya and interpreted her actions as justified, she was seen equally responsible in the confrontation by local authorities. She and Marijan were each fined a little over $25 for their respective roles. Marijan, who publicly apologized for his behavior, was subsequently fired from the 5-star Swiss hotel Bangkok Ratchada. Saya told a local media outlet, "I was defending myself, but then I lost control of my emotions." She claimed to have felt humiliated and protested the fine, saying, "I did physically abuse him, but I thought, do I let him abuse me and do nothing?" Number 1. Stephie Cohen. In late May of 2024, Miami police went to arrest fitness influencer Stephie Cohen at her Coconut Grove home. Cohen was an accomplished powerlifter with multiple world records to her name, including the all-time records for the squat, total, and deadlift in the 123-pound weight class. She also achieved success in boxing, losing only one of her 6 official bouts. The case against the 32-year-old Venezuela native dated back to March of 2022, after she and her boyfriend had broken up. He left his laptop at the home they'd shared. Cohen managed to figure out the man's password and accessed his iCloud account, where she found nude photos of his new girlfriend. Cohen then shared them in a group chat consisting of the victim and several other girls. The victim contacted law enforcement in November of 2023, stating that Cohen had sent the images with the purpose of exposing and humiliating her. On May the 28th of 2024, officers approached Cohen outside her Coconut Grove home, but she refused to follow their commands and started walking back towards the residence. At a fast pace, the influencer, who boasted over 1 million Instagram followers, then physically resisted arrest. After she was eventually handcuffed, she hooked one of the cops with her right leg and tried to sweep him off his feet. Once she was placed in the back of the squad car, Cohen grabbed a latch from one of the doors with her toes. She then pulled on it with considerable force, breaking the lock-in mechanism. When questioned at the station, the woman invoked her right to remain silent. She was charged with cyber harassment, offenses against computer users, criminal mischief, and resisting arrest. Cohen was released on a $3,000 bond and ordered not to have any contact with her ex-boyfriend or his new girlfriend. Her next court date was set for June the 27th. In a subsequent social media post, Cohen dismissed the allegations against her, claiming they were the fabrications of a vengeful ex and stating an intention of fighting them until the end. Thanks for watching. Would you rather have the strongest punch in the world or be the best at dodging strikes? Let us know in the comments section below.